Have you ever had one of those days where every single thing seems to confirm that people are rude? Traffic is designed to punish you, and the universe has a personal grudge. And then a week later, on a different day, the exact same things happen. Someone cuts you off, an email lands wrong, the coffee is cold, and you barely notice. Same events. Completely different day. Here's the claim this teaching is going to make. And I want you to hear it clearly, because it's a big one. What you feel inside is actually determining what you see outside, not the other way around. If you're walking around with tension in your chest, resentment humming in the background, or that low-grade dread that a lot of us just call being an adult, the world will keep handing you evidence that you're right to feel that way. Because your mind is quietly, constantly, selecting for it. The practice here isn't to fix what you're seeing, it's to soften what you're feeling. And then watch what happens to the view. Stay with me. Because this is not a pep talk about positive thinking, it's something more precise and more useful than that. Here's the thing about the filter you're wearing right now. You can't see it. That's what makes it a filter. Imagine you put on a pair of lightly tinted glasses first thing in the morning, so long ago you don't remember doing it. Everything you look at through the day has a slight color to it. A little gray. A little sharp. You don't think, the world looks gray today. You think, the world is gray. You assume the tint is the truth of the thing. That's what unexamined feelings do. They don't announce themselves. They curate. Your mood decides which details of the meeting you'll remember tonight. Your mood decides whether your partner's tone was neutral or passive-aggressive. Your mood decides which 3 moments from this week you'll replay on the drive home, and which 50 you'll forget completely. You think you're seeing the world. You're actually seeing a highlight reel edited by whatever you walked in feeling. And nobody points this out, because everyone around you is doing the same thing, with their own tint, and calling it reality. Let me tell you about a moment a lot of us know. You're in a meeting. You've just said something, actually a pretty good idea, and someone talks right over you. Takes the idea. Runs with it. Doesn't look at you. The conversation moves on. And in the next 60 seconds, something happens in your body. Your jaw tightens. Your face gets warm. You start mentally cataloging. This is the 3rd time. No. The 4th. Remember what they did in March. Remember the Slack message. By the time the meeting ends, you have a full case. A closing argument. A verdict. And the drive home is ruined before you've even reached the parking lot. Now. Same meeting. Same interruption. But across the table is a colleague who slept well, got good news that morning, and isn't running on fumes. They saw the exact same thing you saw. And it barely registered. They didn't build a case. They didn't rehearse it in the car. They forgot about it by lunch. Same room. Same moment. 2 completely different worlds. So here's the uncomfortable question, and I'm going to ask it gently, because it took me a while to sit with it too. What if the problem, in that moment, wasn't entirely out there? What if some meaningful part of what made that interruption unbearable was the state you walked in with? That's not blame. That's not, you attracted this. That's just noticing that two people had radically different experiences of the same event, and the only variable was what they brought. This is where it starts to shift. Because if that's true, if inner state is doing that much of the work, then your feelings aren't just moods. They're not decorations on top of an otherwise objective day. They're the lens. They're the thing through which the day is being assembled, moment by moment, in your mind. And once you see that, something loosens. Because for most of us, we've been trying to fix life from the outside in. Change the job. Change the person. Change the schedule. Get the thing. Avoid the thing. Control the thing. And it works sometimes, for a little while. But the tint comes with you. You show up in the new job wearing the same glasses. And within a few months, the new job starts to look a lot like the old one. This is the reframe. The lens was always the thing, which is actually enormous relief, if you let it be, because you have some access to the lens. You don't have full access to the world, but you do have some access to what's sitting on your nose. So what do you actually do with this? You don't force yourself to feel good. That never works. And honestly, it just adds another layer of pressure. What you do is much smaller. You locate, for even a moment, a pocket of okayness inside yourself. Not fake positivity. Not, everything is fine. Just a small, honest place that isn't clenched. Maybe it's the warmth of the mug in your hand. Maybe it's the fact that, right now, in this exact second, nothing is actually on fire. Maybe it's remembering someone you love, or a moment last summer when you felt like yourself. It's tiny. It doesn't have to solve anything. And then, here's the interesting part, you look up. You look at the same room, the same coworker, the same Tuesday. And you notice, it looks a little different, not because anything changed out there. Because the lens shifted, just a little. And through that lens, the interruption is smaller. The email is just an email. The person is just a person having their own hard day. This isn't magic. It's just what happens when you stop feeding the filter. And here's where the pressure comes off. You don't have to fix everyone. You don't have to correct every misunderstanding, win every argument in your head, or manage the mood of every room you walk into. That was exhausting. It was also never going to work, because you were trying to change the picture on the screen instead of adjusting the projector. The invitation is much smaller and much kinder. Come back to something quiet inside, just for a moment. Notice the tint. Set it down if you can, and let the world reorganize itself around what you actually brought this time. That's the whole practice. Not a lifestyle overhaul. Not a personality transplant. Just, repeatedly, gently, remembering that the glasses are on your face, and you can take them off anytime. In a minute, we're going to do something short together, not to teach you anything else, just to let this land in your body instead of just your head. Because you can understand this idea completely and still not feel it. And feeling it, even for 30 seconds, is worth more than 100 good arguments about it. Before we move into the meditation, if this is helping you, You're welcome to like the video and subscribe. It's a simple way to keep practicing together. Let's take a few minutes together. You don't need to do this perfectly. There's no way to get it wrong. Start by letting your body settle. Feel the weight of yourself in the chair or wherever you are. Let your shoulders drop a little. They've been holding something all day. Take one slow breath in. And a longer breath out. Another one. In. And out. Notice you don't have to make the breath happen. It's already happening. You can just watch it. Now, gently, without effort, bring your attention inside, just to the space behind your ribs. The center of you. Don't try to change what you find there. Just notice, is there tightness? Warmth? Something restless? Something tired? Whatever's there is okay, and if you can, let it soften. Not disappear. Just soften, like a fist slowly opening. Remember the tinted glasses. Just for a moment, notice that you've been wearing something today. You don't have to know what color, you just have to know it's there. And now, quietly, let it slip off. You don't have to fight it. Just let it go. Look from behind your eyes at nothing in particular. Feel what it's like to not be filtering anything for a moment. See if you can find one small, honest place inside that feels okay. Not great. Not fixed. Just okay. Rest there. That's the pocket. That's the doorway. Breathe into it. Let it be a little bigger. Let it warm up. This is what you were looking for out there. It was always in here. Stay for another breath. And another. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, let your attention drift back out. Notice the sounds around you. The room. The light. But carry this with you. This quiet place. It's yours. You can come back to it anytime. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a link to a free digital copy of ACIM in the description. And if this video resonated with you, please comment. I am grateful. Thank you for staying with this. Really, it's not a small thing to sit with something honest in the middle of a busy day. Be gentle with yourself as you move back into whatever's next, the meeting, the drive, the conversation. You don't have to arrive anywhere different. Just notice what you're wearing and know you can set it down. We'll see you next time.